Hello and welcome to the first ever Fifth Gear podcast, the weekly UMSL swimming show. I've got my host here, Ryan Clark.
What's going on, y'all?
And head coach Tony Hernandez.
Hello.
Today we're just going to be talking about the upcoming season and what we're looking forward to. And we're going to dip into the Swim Across America that we had last week. So starting off with that, we had everybody swim 2 mile swim except for anyone that was spotting little kids. And I can't remember, Ryan, did you do the 2 mile or were you an angel swimmer?
No, I didn't get that lucky. I still had to do 2 miles. It was a little rough. Almost finished top 100. I think I was 106, but I was proud of my performance.
And I swam the half mile. Tony had this mysterious airplane ride that he had to go on. But I'm pretty sure I was the only coach that swam at it, so that was kind of cool. But we raised over $7,700, which is awesome for research. And Tony, how important is this event that they put on every year?
Well, before I even came here, UMSL Swimming started with the Swim Across America event, and for the past 4 or 5 years we've been able to do it. I think we started out raising maybe $3,000, but as the team has grown, that number's grown, and I think it's just important, good cause, and just a fun way to start off the year with everyone. And I know everyone loves the open water swim too, so.
Yeah, it looked like everybody did pretty good. I was the only one struggling. I didn't actually do that bad, but I was pretty proud of myself that I only did, 850 yards or whatever it was. But that's a lot for me, so. So basically we're going to talk about the upcoming season, and this is going to be back, I guess, to our normal season. Last year, obviously, it was a little truncated by with all the COVID stuff. So I guess, Ryan, first question is, what are you mostly looking forward to this upcoming season?
I'd say getting some chances to beat some teams that we lost to last year. William Jewell, definitely. They got us at their home pool. And then 2 years ago with SLU, we're coming for SLU this year. We were closing the gap, and then we really took a big hit with COVID last year right before conference. And then obviously conference, and I'd say Lewis as well. We're going to travel over there. I don't even know where Lewis is, but I'm excited.
I think it's outside of Chicago. Tony, probably correct me if I'm wrong, but
that's right.
Yeah, it was just pretty frustrating as far as my take is, we were very limited in what we were doing. So it's kind of, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of optimism this year as far as the season goes. And we kind of saw that in the first week of practice, which we just finished up. And but Tony, what are you looking mostly forward to this year?
I'm really just excited to bring everyone back. We didn't graduate a single senior. We were able to bring everyone back. Brought in, 9, 10 new athletes to the team. A good handful of freshmen that are excited to bring some energy to the team. Add some depth to all of our events, and kind of helping round out and solidify, all of our relays too. So we've got a lot to make up for from this past year, and we're just excited to get to racing again.
He's not able to make it today, but we have 2 here today. We got Ian and Aiden, and they are both, I guess, are you guys doing your 5th year? Do we know on that yet?
I'm not doing the 5th year. I'll probably do the 5th year.
Okay, so we got 1 yes and 1 no. So basically what I want to ask you is, since y'all are captains this year, what is your objective as far as being a captain and leading this team? We'll start with Aiden.
I just kind of want to, develop the team culture a little bit more than it already is, and just build some dogs on the men's and women's sides. Just go out there and win some races, win some meets. Feel good.
So just have that killer mentality, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Ian?
Yeah, I kind of go the same way. When me and Aiden came in our freshman year, we were like 20, our team was I think a total of 20 people, and now we're up to 40. So there's a lot of culture to be built, and there's a lot of room for us to progress through the GLVC. There's a lot of room for improvement for us. So I think, as a captain, what I want to do is, build a really good team culture, and I really want to set the culture to where we're continuously pushing for success.
And I'll ask the same question that I asked Tony and Ryan, and that's, what meet are you guys most looking forward to this year?
besides like mid-season,
Yeah.
or I would say probably like Slew or Jewel, just because there's some bad blood in there, and
I feel like that's going to be kind of the consensus this year is both of those.
yeah, I mean, we obviously lost to them previous years, so it'd be nice to win against them, and
And beating a D1 school would be pretty cool.
oh yeah, most definitely.
Ian, I'm pretty sure I know what your answer is going to be, but let's hear your opinion on what meet you want to get back at.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. Like I want to swim against William Jewell. Last time we swam against them, they were rested, suited up at their meet. It was a little frustrating. We didn't really we saw it coming. We made a tough call to not put on suits, so that was kind of on us. But it was a very frustrating meet to go to. I got out-touched for first place in 2 events. I could have put on a tech suit for that meet, but I chose not to. So I guess those losses kind of go on me as well. But I definitely want a little bit of redemption in my events I swam there.
Okay, so I guess my next question is going to be, what does it mean? What does being a captain mean to you guys? Like, besides wanting to, like Aiden said, build some dogs and all that stuff. Like, what does it mean to you personally being a captain of a team?
That is an extremely deep question. I'm gonna think about it, Ian.
I kind of think of it as an honor, because it comes from building up a lot of respect from my peers around me, and as much as I try my best to set an example for my teammates, they also set an example for me. I learn from them and they learn from me. So I think it's a great honor to kind of be in this leadership position. But on top of that, I think it's great that we're seen as leaders. We're seen as people that like our team wants to follow and lead us to like the success we desire. So I think it's an amazing thing. It's a very honorable thing, and I'm humbled by it, honestly.
And I think Aiden, Aiden's a big Bucks fan, and he just saw Giannis lead his team to a championship. Does that motivate you at all, seeing that, like a guy like that lead a team that a lot of people didn't pick, or didn't really give him a chance to win anything?
I mean, it's extremely inspiring. I mean, from riding the bench to being an NBA champion, I mean, I think a lot of people can take inspiration from that, honestly. I mean,
and you would say, I mean, I don't know if they have captains on the Bucks, but he was definitely the leader of that group, correct?
Yeah, if there's going to be a team captain on the Bucks, it's Giannis.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for talking today. I'm going to bring in Ryan and Tony again just for some closing final thoughts.
Oh, I got one more question for.
Oh, he's okay. Sorry, Clark has a question.
All right, captains. So we brought in 5 freshman guys and then a sophomore transfer coming in. So it's a 2-part question. Number 1, do any of them feel like a threat to any events for you, that they might kick you off a relay or anything like that? And then number 2, if they don't, which one of their event lineups kind of complements your event lineup to where you can get out of something you don't really like to do?
We'll start with Aiden.
I can't say like for me specifically in some events, but hey, if they think like they're gonna try and take some of my events, let's do it. I mean, I hope they think that, because
it's good. It's good to have that internal competition.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's gonna be a lot harder than they think, but
Ian?
Love the chase. Love the chase.
I mean, out of the freshmen and the transfer we brought in, only one of them does like one of my events, and that's Elliot. And I think that's great. Me and Elliot swam on the same club team for years. I've trained 2 breasts with him for years, so I'm excited to get to train with him more. And if he can take me, as much as I love to throw down a good 2 breasts at meet, 2 breasts at swim meets, they do get a little bit tiring. So it'd be nice for him to take a 2 breast from me. But other than that, like I'm excited for all the freshmen. I don't really see much of them doing breaststroke or IM, which isn't like an insult on them. It's just kind of what their event lineup is. But regardless, I'm still excited to see what they can do.
Awesome.
All right. Any more questions for the captains?
That's all from me.
No. All right. So I guess my final thoughts this week. I'll start with Tony. And I mentioned it before. I think we had a great first week, and and Tony mentioned this in the practice today. Was last year we started 2 weeks later than this, so getting this head start. How do you feel like this first week went, and did it exceed your expectations?
Oh yeah, most definitely exceeded expectations. Starting out, last year COVID, a lot of people were limited in their pool space and what they could do. Over the summer. This year we were just ready. We were able to train a little bit more. People got in the gym, but starting 2 weeks earlier, we've been able to like really slow things down a little bit, have some time for some team meetings. It wasn't all just about training. So as we move forward, we're just going to start to build up the yardage a little bit more. The intensities are already great. We threw a couple sets out there. It just see how they're going to push themselves, and
they died today.
They died, yeah, and it was all the effort they put in. So the effort's there. I think the energy's there. It's kind of refining some things, and we'll look forward to next Saturday at the St. Louis Showcase to see how we can come together in a meetup environment. Yeah,
and that meet next week will be a long course meet, which some people like, some people don't like, but it'll be fun to watch next week. Ryan, same question. I know you swam this week, so how do you feel it went for you? And when we say it was a good week, we're not saying everybody just looked absolutely amazing and all this stuff. It was they worked really hard, and we're trying to get back to where we were at the middle of last season. So, how do you feel this week went?
I think it did good. I was trying to work on some good habits, like having my head down, going into my turns, coming out of the turns, and on the finish. I was doing all right with that. I'd say probably Wednesday and Thursday. Tuesday was a rough day for me. And then today, big breaststroke day. Not my favorite thing to do, but I was trying to just keep my head down, keep a good glide, kick, and everything all the way through the set. And it was tough, but we got through it. And both of the captains were doing it with me, so a lot of fun.
I think the other thing this year that's super important is we're back in the weight room finally. So I think that's going to pay huge dividends in the season, and we're really looking forward to what's going to happen this season. But next week we'll be at the St. Louis Showcase, which is in Edwardsville. I don't know if it's being streamed. Do you know if that's?
I'm not sure.
Okay. It might be. We're not really sure, but if it is, we'll get that info out to you. But I believe we'll have the freshman girls next week on the show, and we'll talk to them about what their expectations are and what they've liked so far, and if they found any good places to eat or anything around here, because that's like one of the main questions we ask everybody is where they go eat. So if you can't tell, I like to eat too. So. But we'll see you next week. I think we'll be on Thursday, and keep it in fifth gear and always go fast.